Endelea kuambia watu ukweli. So we want to ask the people of Kenya to remain peaceful. Tunataka watu wajiandikishe kura. Huyu Ruto tutamtoa kupitia njia ya kikatiba ya kupiga kura. Na kura tuko nazo na zitakuwa mingi. Ile tunataka kuuliza ni kuwe na level playing field. IBC pange kazi vizuri, waachie wa Kenya waende wapige kura, and there will be no problem. So wasipanic. Why they are panicking is because they had thought they can rig. Sasa ndio wanarukaruka kila pahali, oh nini. So please, before you can tell us about violence that can come later, can you deal with the current political violence against Gachagua, his family, his allies and the people of Mount Kenya? Juzi tumekuwa pale tukifungua chama, mumetuma watu kuharibu. Mpaka wa leo hakuna mtu ameshikwa. And then huyu waziri anakimbia kusema ati watu walikuwa wamekuja kudai pesa. Sisi na DCP hatupeani pesa. Sisi hatuna pesa, hakuna pesa tumeiba ya kupeana. Rais ndio anapeana pesa kwa mikutano.
The National Cohesion and Integration Commission (NCIC) has raised concerns over recent comments made by the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, warning that his statement could incite political tension ahead of the 2027 general election. NCIC Chairperson Samuel Kobia stated that the commission is collaborating with relevant authorities to ensure Gachagua is held accountable for his remarks, which referred to the 2007-2008 post-election violence in a manner deemed provocative and insensitive. Gachagua, the current leader of the newly launched Democracy for the Citizens Party (DCP), made a statement suggesting that any attempt to rig the upcoming election would result in unrest worse than the violence witnessed in 2007-2008. His remarks have sparked widespread concern among stakeholders who viewed them as a potential inflammatory remarks. The NCIC condemned the reference to one of the darkest periods in Kenyan history, noting that such language undermined the national healing and cohesion. The post-election violence of 2007-2008 led to the death of over 1,000 people and displaced over more than 650 people. The commission further expressed alarm over the rise of political formations that appear to be anchored in ethnic mobilization, warning that it is closely monitoring emerging narrative and alliances. According to the NCIC, any political activity that stirs ethnic division would be met with accountability measures as stipulated by the Constitution. In addition, the NCIC called on all political leaders to exercise restraint and responsibilities in their public addresses, emphasizing that the political environment is becoming increasingly volatile. This is not the first time that NCIC has taken issues with Gachagua's public sentiments. In March 2025, he was issued a notice of cessation after allegedly that the government was attempting to host Chief Justice Martha Koome. At the time, Gachagua and his ally accused the commission of political bias. The NCIC has reaffirmed its commitment to promoting unity and peace in the country, stating that it will not tolerate any action or rhetoric that threatens the Kenyans' stability.
Yes. Yes.
Have you been summoned by maybe any investigative agency? There are concerns that maybe you've snapped some stuff.
I have not been summoned by anybody, and I'm waiting if there is any summon. What happened is that they wanted to plant weapons in my convoy, and they wanted to use chemicals so that they can paralyze our brain the way they did to Kenneth Matiba. And that is why we had to take an escape, an alternative route to get here. I would have wished they came here instead of wailing us on the road and using those dreaded criminals who are responsible for abductions and extrajudicial killings. And that squad works under the Director General of the National Intelligence Service. It's 101 officers who are recruited from the administration police and they have been given special training by the National Intelligence Service, and they are responsible for the abductions and extrajudicial killings, and that is the squad that had been planned yesterday and mobilized so that they can incapacitate me and my people. Yes.
Thank you so much. My name is Seth Olale from Citizen TV. Just two questions from you. Have you reported the latest incident towards threats to your life?
Report to who? These are the same people who want to kill me. How do you report to the people who are planning to poison your mind so that the brain can be paralyzed and then you become a vegetable? I cannot report. And I wrote to the Inspector General of Police and the Director of Criminal Investigations. Instead of answering the issues I had raised, told me to report to the next police station. Yet all these things have happened under the cover of the police. So it is useless to go and report to the police. That is why I'm talking to the people of Kenya, so that if anything happens to me, President William Ruto must be held accountable. And I want to say, when they hounded me out of office, I pleaded with my supporters to stay calm and express their displeasure by singing. That is no longer going to be the case. And my supporters have blamed me for not allowing them to stand up to intimidation and the wrong things that are being done against their leaders. Therefore, our supporters are on high alert, and they will be part of the leadership and ourselves who will be resisting impunity and intimidation by William Ruto and the government.
Oh, yes. You've been on record in church in Gachagua yesterday saying you were misquoted. But in that particular show, you also had stating that should the elections be rigged in 2027, then it's going to be worse than how it was.
I didn't say I was misquoted. I said the interpretation is wrong. People are not interpreting what I said correctly. Mine is a cautionary statement. And history is very important. During the finance bill of 2024, I did caution President William Ruto and the cabinet that it will bring problems because I listened to the people of Kenya. When a member of parliament from Rift Valley says that even if the votes are not enough, they will know how to manufacture them. When another leader from Rift Valley say they can rule for 24 years. These are the things that have put the people of Kenya on notice, and people are speaking. Yes. And as a responsible leader, I must caution IBC that the people of Kenya are saying, please don't try. And we are saying we must draw parallels from history. And all I was saying is that that has happened before in 2007, and it is possible it can happen now. And I was asking IBC to be patriotic enough to make sure they don't put the country into a crisis. That is all I did. I did not ask anybody to cause violence. I did not say people will fight each other. I just said, let's be careful. This has happened before, and it was bad. And from the way people are speaking, it could be worse. That is all I said. Yes, Waweru.
On allegations of being could you or any members of your security detail be armed beyond what security officers would term to as normal?
No, I am a licensed firearm holder. I've been licensed as a firearm holder from 1995. Officers who helped me are licensed firearm holders within the provisions of the law. We don't carry any illegal weapons. In this country, civilians are allowed to have firearms. And since the government withdrew security around me, and there has been so many attacks against me, it was my responsibility to put up a team of civilian firearm holders to escort me around. And there is nothing that is illegal, and there is nothing that is wrong. Tumesikizana? Asanteni sana. Karungo.